Welcome to Brindavan, a Parthasadi family Samarpanam to our beloved parents, a space for enjoying Vaishnava Sampradaya, Slokas, songs, Divyadesa Pasarams, and much more. Namaskaram Bhagavatas, in our Ayiram Namangal, Ayiram Gunangal, today we will have the Anubhavam of Slokam 48 of Sri Vishnu Sahasranamam. रामानुजदयापात्रं ज्ञानवैराग्यभूषणं श्रीमद्वेङ्कटनाथार्यं वन्दे वेदान्तदेशिकं श्रीशैलेशदयापात्रं दीपत्यादिगुणात्मकं यतीन्द्रप्रवणं वन्दे रम्यजामातरं मुनिम्
यज्ञयुज्यो महेज्यश्च क्रतुः सत्रं सताङ्गतिः सर्वदर्शी निवृत्तात्मा सर्वज्ञो ज्ञानमुत्तमम्.
The first nama in Slokam 48 is Yajna. He is the personification of sacrifice. We already saw that he was the Yajna himself. He grants the rewards for the performance of the Yajna to the people who do it. A great example will be when Dasharatha, after many years of not having children, when he performed the Putrakameshtiyam, Bhagavan granted him his wish. Not only that, he was born himself as Rama, as a palan for that yajna. Tirumangyarvar in Periya Tirumani 5.7.1 on Tiruvarangam sings very beautifully about how Perumal is the yajna and he grants the wishes of people who do the yajna. Next we see Ijyo. He is the one who grants the wishes of people seeking mundane pleasures, very simple things, invoking the Devas and Indra and the likes. So he has delegated them duties and he has posted them in different positions. And some people who pray to him, pray to the Devas and the Indras, are also granted their wishes because they in turn have Bhagavan as their head. And he resides within the Devas and the Indras also as Antaryami, and he grants the wishes of the Bhaktas. So he is Ijyo. Nama is Ijyaya Namaha. In Bhagavad Gita, chapter 9, verse 27, Bhagavan Lord Krishna himself tells, O son of Kunti, even those devotees who faithfully worship other gods, Anya Devata, they also worship me. But they do so in the wrong method. Instead of doing direct worship to me, they worship to people whom I have given positions, like Anya Devata. Yepyanya Devata Bhakta Yajantre Shraddhayanvita Tepi Mameva Kunteya Yajantya Vidipurvakam. So he says, those who worship others also worship me because they are worshipping those whom I have given position. And I reside within them, O son of Kunti. He is Mahejya as he accepts and considers a great service, the offerings and worship made by those who seek him for attainment of moksha or mukti, that is the ultimate supreme, that is the most sought after, which we should be seeking after at least. Those who seek other mundane pleasures worship other devatas as Indra. So he is Mahejyaya Namaha. Now we see Kratuhu. He is paid homage to, or the Vaidikas pay homage to him. In the rituals that are included in the Panchamahayagnas, everything is done for him. The homage is to Bhagavan. So he is Kratu. The 5 Panchamahayagnas are Brahmayagna, also called as a Vedayagna. It is homage to Brahman or the Vedas or the sages. Next is Devayagna, homage to gods and elementals. Next is the Pitruyagna, homage to the ancestors, which we do on an annual basis. Next is Bhutayagna, homage to beings, and Manushyagna, homage to men. Aupasanam, Bhagayagnam, Havriyagnam and Agnihotram are part of the types of yagnas. So is Kratu. Nama is Kratave Namaha. The Panchamahayagnas are Brahmayagna, Devayagna, Pitruyagna, Bhutayagna and Manushyagna. The next Nama is Satram. Satram is the yagna that is performed by many people for a long time, invoking Sriman Narayana and trying to please him. So he is Satram. Nama is Satraya Namaha. There are 2 types of dharmas, Pravritti Dharma and Nivritti Dharma. Pravritti Dharma is where one follows the worldly path. He lives in the Grihasthashram and he or she is still seeking salvation or moksha. Nivritti Dharma is where they follow the path of renunciation. They give up everything in the world and they seek Sriman Narayana as the only way to salvation. So until now, it was said that he is worshipped by those following the Pravritti Dharma. From here onwards, it will be shown that following those who follow the path of renunciation or the Nivritti Dharma also seek him. Now we see Satangatihi. The sages who renounce all material pleasures are detached and are known as Jitendriyas because they have Jita, which means to win. Indriyas, they have conquered the Indriyas, so they are Jitendriyas. They have conquered the senses. Why? Just to reach Sriman Narayana. All they seek is moksha. They have given up all the worldly pleasures. They have given up everything. And so he is Satangatihi. He sees them and he leads them in the path of moksha. So Bhagavan is Satangatihi. Satangataye Namaha. In Bhagavad Gita, chapter 9, verse 19, Bhagavan himself says how one gets this realization, and which happens after many births, that one realizes that Bhagavan is the Supreme and renounces everything and prays to Bhagavan and does the Nivritti Dharma pathway towards Bhagavan, attaining moksha. Bahunam janmanam ante jnanavan mam prapadyate vasudevah sarvamiti sa mahatma sudurlabha. He himself says it takes many births for one to get that realization. And to find such a realized soul is very hard. It doesn't come by easily. So, if we do not follow the Nivritti Dharma, we do not have to be sad or feel bad about it, because Bhagavan himself says it takes many janmas for one to realize. But in the least, we should not take this easily, but we should pray to Bhagavan and surrender ourselves with complete Sharanagati and request him to protect us and take us in the righteous path. Now we see Sarva Darshi. Sarva means everything. Darshi means to see. He sees and perceives all the worldly dharmas, the pravritti dharmas and the dharmas of the path of renunciation. He sees both people doing pravritti and nivritti dharma. The nivritti dharmas directly and rewards everyone according to the dharmic followings. He definitely is watching us every single moment or every single nanosecond what we do, and gives us the fruits of our actions and the dharmic ways that we follow. Any offerings made to other devatas, Anya devatas, also reach him, and he mets out the effect of the offering to people. So he is the ultimate, he is the superior most. He himself says this again in Bhagavad Gita. In Bhagavad Gita, chapter 13, verse 14, he says, Arjuna says, Sarva Panipadam Tat Sarvatochi Chiromukam Sarvata Shutimal Sarvam Avritya Tishtati. That means, he says, Bhagavan is all pervasive. He is omnipresent. His presence is felt everywhere. He has his hands, legs, eyes, face, ears are everywhere. This is after seeing the Vishwarupam of Bhagavan when Lord Krishna shows his Vishwarupam to Arjuna. Arjuna says he is all pervasive, he is omnipresent, and his hands are everywhere. He is huge. He just can see anything and everything. Now we see Nivrittatma. He took the twin avatara of the Nara and the human form. That is the God and the Guru form. He preached the importance of Nivritti Dharma and abstention from worldly pleasures and propagated Ashtakshara mantra Om Namo Narayanaya Namaha, which is implied in his name. So he is Nivrittatma. He showed us the importance and he preached the importance of Nivritti Dharma when one gives up all the worldly pleasures and abstention from seeking these pleasures and seeking Bhagavan. And he says the chanting of Ashtakshara mantra Om Namo Narayanaya Namaha is very powerful. This Bhagavan himself said when he took the Naranarayana form. Nivrittatmane Namaha. Next we see Sarvajna. He is in the Antaryami form within everyone. He lives within the soul. He resides within everyone. That is why it is said when you look at somebody, see them as a form of Bhagavan. And so he knows that he is the supreme most dharma, path and the goal, and is omniscient. So when he is residing within us, he sees all of our actions and he knows of everything what we do. So he is omniscient. Sarvagnaya Namaha. The last Nama is a dual Nama. Jnanam Uttamam. Jnanam is knowledge, Uttamam is superior. Bhagavan is the embodiment of supreme knowledge. He has the most knowledge. He propounds the Vaishnava Shastras and he shows us the way forward. All the Shastras, including the Pancharatra Shastras, can be learned from him in its entirety. But none of us can really do it, but since he's got all the knowledge and we can learn, even learning a minuscule of the Shastras and following it is a great thing as average normal human mortals. He is the supreme embodiment of knowledge. He has immense knowledge. So his Jnanam Uttama. Nama is Uttamaya Jnanaya Namaha. So he is the supreme knowledge. Nammalvar in his Tiruvazhumozhi 4.7.10 brings out this guna of Bhagavan having immense knowledge. He calls him Jnana Murti. He brings out this guna very beautifully. Chakkarattu annale enna tha indu kannir tadumba pakkam nokki nindru alandhen pavien kaangindrilen mikka ஞான மூர்த்தியாய வேத விளக்கினை என் தக்க ஞான கண்களாலே கண்டு தழுவுவனே. So he says Bhagavan, who is a Jnana Murti, he will look at the people who follows the Nivritti Atma in his Jnanakan, or his eyes which have all the knowledge. Very beautiful pasaram indeed. To summarize Slokam 48, he is the personification of sacrifice and grants the rewards of the performance to those who perform the yagnas or the sacrifice. He is the one who grants the wishes of seeking mundane pleasures, invoking the Anya Devatas. He accepts and considers great service of the offerings and worship made by those who seek him for attainment of moksha. The Vaidikas rituals, including the Panchamayagna, pay homage to him. The yagnas are Brahma Yagna, Deva Yagna, Prithvi Yagna, Bhuta Yagna and Manushya Yagna. Satram is a yagnam performed by many people for a long time, invoking the blessings of Sriman Narayana. Jitendriyas are those who have conquered the senses and are on a fixed goal of reaching Sriman Narayana. He sees and perceives all the worldly dharmas, both the Pravritti dharma and the Nivritti dharma. He took the twin avatara of Naranarayanan, the God and Guru form, and preached the importance of Nivritti dharma in the Krishna avatar. He also taught us abstention of worldly pleasures and preached the Ashtakshara mantra Om Namo Narayana. He is the Antaryami in everyone and knows that he is the supreme of the most of the dharma. And so he sees everything of what we do. He is the embodiment of supreme knowledge and propounds the Vaishnava Shastras. This brings us to the end of Slokam 48. See you all in 49.